Hello, welcome back to my channel Maths and Me. Shagmak here. I hope you all are doing well and definitely you would have enjoyed the beautiful weather, the rainy day today. I did too. So last day I have uploaded a video for you and I guess that was helpful to you, and today is the time to load the second part of the video. And this is not just only for the students, but my dear parents, even I would like you to involve into this, because the parents who are dealing with the studies of their children at home, so maybe many a times we find difficulties in problems or whatever. So this is for you as well. And please, again, I'm just requesting that if you are having more queries, more questions are there which needs to be solved, I'm always there for you. And in my today's video, I'm just going to do the completion of all the science systems, rules of science, and along with that I will be putting some questions, and really I will appreciate it if my dear students are going to solve it. And let's move on to our part 2. Let's take a quick recap. So what we were doing, we were tending to know the rules of using signs. So we have been through two types of signs. So now again I'm just going to help you out over here. See, I'm having a minus sign and a plus sign. So for example, I had already given you the example. If I have minus 13 plus 7. So in this case, again, we have to keep an eye on the signs. When there are two different signs, obviously, we need to subtract the numbers. So 13 minus 7 is going to be 6. Right. And what is the bigger number? 13 is the bigger number. So I will be writing a minus sign. And in the other example, if there is a plus and a minus, so what am I going to do? Let's assume I am having plus 20 minus 11. So again, two opposite signs. So I obviously need to subtract the numbers. So 20 minus 11 is going to be 9, and the bigger number here is 20. So my answer will be definitely in a positive sign. But do keep one thing in your mind. Instead of writing plus 9, I can also write a 9. See, I am not using any sign over here. Why? Why? What is the reason? The reason is that when there is no sign, that means the sign, no sign is positive. So either I can write plus 9 or I can only write 9. So in both the cases, the answer will be fine. Now I want you to move on to the next sign query. This makes a bit difficult for the students. So here there are two negative signs. So now what I have to do? Two negative signs means you always have to add the numbers, as I've told previously. Add the numbers, but the sign used will be a minus. How? See, we are just going to check one example. If I'm having minus 10 minus 5. So when both the signs are negative, what I have to do? I will be adding down the numbers. So 10 plus 5 makes a 15. But the sign used will be a negative sign. If you are going to write plus 15 because you have added the number, then this is going to be wrong. Students, you have to keep one thing in your mind. A simple mistake of sign can give you a wrong or incorrection in the answer. So you have to be very much focused in this case. These are small and minute hints, but very, very, very important. Now we can go for one more example. Let's assume if I am having minus 5 minus 7. So again there are two negative signs. So in this case, what I'm going to do? Again, I'm going to add up the numbers. So 5 plus 7 makes a 12. And as we have done previously, minus minus will be minus. So this is a correct answer. But one more thing I would love to explain you over here. See, 2 minus are giving the answer in positive, but the sign will be remaining minus. Now let's go for one more thing. And here I'm going to use a multiplication sign as well. So let's assume if I'm having minus 5, in between there is a multiply and minus 5. So multiply, you know what is the meaning of multiplication. So in this case, what we are going to do, obviously, we are going to multiply both the numbers. So minus 5, right now do not keep an eye on the minus sign. Just remember both the numbers. So 5 times 5 will be 25. This is way too simple. But now, if I'm going to multiply two minus signs, my sign will be changing into a positive signs. So here the sign I'm going to use will be plus 25. I hope you are not getting confused. Let's try one more example, and that is, think that I'm having minus 10 multiply by minus 2. So right now just forget the signs. Keep in view the multiplication signs. So 10 times 2 will be 20. Now I'm going to focus on the sign. So minus multiply by minus will become a positive sign. So I hope and I guess that this is turning easy and easier for you. But still, if you are having difficulties, so please do let me know. I can share exercises with you so that you can try at home as well. Now, I'm going to move on to the next thing. Again, as we were talking about the multiplication. So what am I going to do? In the previous thing, we have done minus multiply by minus equals to, the sign is absolutely changed. That becomes a plus. Now, let's talk about one more thing. If I am having a plus sign, a multiply sign, and a minus sign. So when two opposite signs are multiplied, the answer will be always in a negative sign. How? I'll explain. If I'm having plus 9 multiply by minus 3. So just forget about the signs. Keep an eye on the multiplication sign and on the numbers. So 9 times 3 will be 27, right? So now after doing this step, I'm going to have a glimpse on the signs. So minus or plus multiply by minus, the answer will be always in a negative sign. Keep one thing in your mind, and the important part is that previously, without using multiplication, we did like this, plus and minus. So in this case, or minus and plus, in this case, in both the cases, what we had to keep in our mind, the bigger number sign, the bigger numbers sign. You have to remember this. But whenever we are talking about multiplication with two opposite signs, minus multiply by plus and plus multiply by minus. In this case, even though the bigger number is having a positive sign, that doesn't mind. You always have to write the answer with the negative sign. Again, I'm going to show you one more example. And chalo, let's take a start. If I'm having minus 7 multiply by plus 6 and minus 8 multiply by plus 10. So here 7 times 6 will be 42 and it will be purely a minus sign. And in this question, minus 8 multiplied by plus 10, we can see 10 is a big number. But what I have to do, 8 times 10 will be 80. And I'm not going to use the sign of 10 as because it is the bigger number or greater number. I just have to quote the sign minus. So this is the rule. So students, last but not the least, let us recall our memory. So we are trying to recall our memory, what has been learned up till now. So what we did, first thing we did was a positive sign, and a positive sign always gives the answer in a positive way. Then there are negative, positive equals to, or positive, negative equals to. In both the cases, the answer will be subtracted. You have to subtract the numbers and use the bigger number sign. Bigger numbers sign. After that, we did minus equals to, the sign we are going to write, that will be minus, but we need to add the numbers. Please do not forget over here, add the numbers, but the sign written will be a minus sign. After that, we turned things into multiplication. Now here I am multiplying minus multiply by plus, or plus multiply by minus. In both the cases, we have to multiply the numbers and use the negative sign. Even though the bigger number sign is plus, but still you have to use or write the minus sign. After that, it is simple. Plus multiply by plus, it will be always a positive answer. And last but not the least, minus multiply by minus. The sign will change absolutely. The sign will be changed or converted into a positive sign. So I guess and I hope this rules will be easier for you to understand. And now I'm just sharing a practice worksheet. So please do it.